In May of 2006, I was leaving the office on a Friday afternoon when extreme dizziness came over me. I'd had some symptoms before, nothing major, but this was an extreme attack. It took me about 2.5 hours to get home, and in that time, as I was driving home, I could not see straight. I could barely make it to my car when I left the office, and I pulled over roughly 15 times to vomit uncontrollably. My mother-in-law, she met me at home. I did get home after 2.5 hours, and my mother-in-law was able to get me to the ER, and I woke up at 11 o'clock at night, face down in a hospital bed with my kids pulling on my arms, trying to wake me up. The doctors ran CAT scans. Everything was negative, and for the next 7 months of my life, every day, I went through extreme ear ringing, dizziness, to the point where I could not function completely at my job. I was very frustrated. I was crying out to God, trying to figure out what was going on, and it took 7 months for the doctors to figure out that I had what's known as Meniere's disease. It's a condition where the fluids in your inner ear mix together, and it sends strange signals to the brain, and puts a person with into extreme vertigo and extreme ear ringing, and this happens on my right side. Basically, at this time in May of 2006, I was focused on my career. I had trained my body to sleep 5 hours a night. I was running on coffee, and I was trying to play Superman. And finally, over time, my body basically crashed and gave out. Through the 7 months of dizziness and trying to figure out what was going on, as I cried out to God, God taught me a lesson, and it was to rely on Him for everything. I prayed to Him, I begged Him to try to figure out what was going on, and I basically learned that I am not in control of things. God is in total control. And in order for me to move forward, and in order for life to move forward, at this point in my life, I needed to rely completely on Him for all things. When something like this happens where your health is at risk, and you can move through it and get through it, there is hope. God will bring you through it, and I'm living proof of that.